Okay, so do you think there is a man out there who doesn't cheat?
Yeah, I think there are men out there who does not cheat, like who do not cheat because they were raised with high morals and then they respect themselves. They know that cheating is something that hurts the person you are doing it to. And so if I say I love you and then I go and cheat, like I go and be with someone else, knowing very well that it's going to hurt you, then they will not do it because your happiness is their priority. So anything that will hurt you, they wouldn't want to do it. So I do believe that there are men out there who do not cheat, like my dad.
Why are you so convinced that your dad cannot cheat?
Well,
any signs from him?
Well, that's what I just explained. My mom's happiness is his priority. And moreover, he's a very upright Christian, even though he was a Muslim. My dad is the most Christian man I know. And so anything that goes against God's laws and moreover against marriage laws, hurting my mom is out of the question. So yeah, I do believe that some men do not cheat on their partners.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the next question, what is the biggest lesson you've learned from a heartbreak?
Okay, the biggest lesson I have learned is to give grace to my partner, because jumping into conclusions is one thing that breaks a lot of relationships, because you don't know something, but then you suspect. You think you know, but then you don't know. And then when they tell you the truth, it contradicts with what you have concocted in your brain. And so even though the person may be telling the truth, you have already decided that they are going to lie to you, so you don't accept it, and then it breaks the relationship. So one thing I have learned to do is give grace to my partner. Let him, be calm and cool. And then when issues arise, you take your time to, analyze it properly before you jump into conclusions and then do things that cannot be repaired.
Okay, so the way you are talking, it seems like it's something that happened. What is the story behind what you are seeing, your explanation?
Oh, I realized that my ex was someone who jumped into conclusions. He didn't take his time to listen. The minutes things doesn't go his way, he's jumping into conclusions, saying everything. But I realized that that's not healthy. That's not the way to go. If you are dealing with someone, there needs to be understanding. You need to be patient. You need to be tolerant to listen to the next person. Otherwise, what's the point? Yeah, so I learned from him to give more grace to the next person, because he didn't give me grace. He would not even allow. He would want you to explain, and then while you're explaining, he would just cut you off and then conclude in his mind what he thinks happened, and so then he moves with that, which is not good. And eventually we had to part ways.
Okay. So your last breakup, was it your fault or his fault?
My last breakup. My last breakup, I think he lacked in certain ways and I also lacked in certain ways. So I wouldn't say it was entirely my fault, because we both contributed to the breakup. And so, yeah, it wasn't my fault. It wasn't, we both contributed to it. It was both our fault.
What really happened?
This is one thing that he said he doesn't want to hear. But in the relationship, I was like the backbone of it. I was the man in the relationship when it came to finances, when it came to doing things as going out. You would be the man and you would still be the woman. And, he always felt sabotaged by that. He kept telling me, oh, I was, oppressing him. I didn't make him feel like the man. Bro, are you the man or not? And so it was very stifling for him, because there are things that I could do that he could not. And I felt that he didn't like that. relationships, looking at my mom and my dad's relationship, I know that there are lean times and there are times that it's good. And when it's during the lean times, my mom supports my dad. My mom will support my dad. And so looking at that, I always supported my man, because it's not always that my dad was paying our school fees and doing all that. When it came to the time when my mom was needed, she showed up and she showed big for my dad. And so that's exactly what I did. But he didn't see it that way. He thought I was trying to throw my weight around and be the boss. But I wanted him to lead and he wasn't leading. So you don't expect me. And also I saw it from this perspective that if I have help and my man needs it, why will I not help him? I need to help him. I have to, because he's mine. Where else is he going to get that help? But he didn't see it from my POV. He thought that I was trying to, walk all over him and be the boss and command him around. But that wasn't it. I mean, if he was working and doing what he was supposed to do as the man in the relationship, I don't think he would feel sabotaged like that. But then it was what it was.
It is what it is. Okay,
Yeah.
so the last one, do you believe in staying friends with an ex?
Absolutely not. Well, there's always the one side that's, you don't break up on a terrible instance. So you have to, or you can maintain such a relationship. But with my experiences, no, absolutely not. They would leave you, say all types of terrible things, and then come back. They come back. But then one thing that I tell my exes not to do is don't insult me. Don't say anything terrible, because my mind, it will not forget. And so when you come back and you're like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I remember exactly what you were saying. And if you could do it then, you will do it again. So there's no point in taking them back when they come back. But from my experiences, I don't think it's good to, no, it's not. Especially when you guys have been very intimate. As my friend said, sometimes you get overwhelmed. You get into your feelings and then you do something that you're not supposed to do. The best thing is just to cut them off. When you cut them off and those feelings come great, you will pass elsewhere and not go back to them. So yeah, I don't think you should maintain relationship with toxic friends or exes. Yeah.